Welcome to the following presentation of the Southeastern Conference on ABC.
You're watching Rivalry Week, presented by Fairfield by Marriott.
Welcome to the SEC on ABC, presented by Tums Gummy Bites. The final Saturday of the regular season kicks off from Nashville, with, for all intents and purposes, a play-in game to the college football playoff for number 8 Tennessee, as the Vols face Diego Pavia and rival Vanderbilt, which is having one of its best seasons in school history. Here's how Tennessee got here at 9-2, 5-2 in conference play. Early on, the Vols at 4-0 looked like a national title contender before stumbling at Arkansas and tumbling in the polls. Tennessee bounced back, though, with 3 straight come-from-behind wins over Alabama, Florida, and Kentucky before heading to Athens to face rival Georgia. The Volunteers lost that game, and then they were on the outside looking in to make the expanded 12-team playoff, but a win over UTEP last week, plus some help, that lifted the Volunteers back into the field, and they're ranked 8th heading into today. And welcome to the booth at Dusty Dvorak. I'm Dave Pash. Well, if you're wondering whether an expanded 12-team playoff will enhance the regular season, look no further, Dusty, than what we saw last night. Georgia beating Georgia Tech in 8 overtimes. Even if the Bulldogs lost, they'd have another chance to win the SEC championship next week and get the automatic bid. That's different here. Tennessee doesn't have that luxury. They will not be in Atlanta, so this is it. If they win today, they're likely in the college football playoff. A loss, they're in trouble. And they're playing a Vanderbilt team which has a win against Alabama and almost beat Texas.
Major stakes here in Music City. And this Tennessee team leans on their running game. Dylan Sampson, one of the best running backs in all of college football. He's found the end zone 22 times this year, and that defense has been outstanding for Tim Banks. One of the best in all of college football. James Pierce has dominated defensive linemen, as you'll see, and they'll need to be good today because Diego Pavia, quite frankly, has been magical for this Vanderbilt offense, running the spread option. He leads all quarterbacks in the SEC in rushing yards, and he looks today to pull yet another major upset for his Vanderbilt football team.
And he's been banged up, though, with the latest on his status for this game. Let's check in with a third member of our crew, Taylor McGregor.
Dave, he's been dealing with a left groin injury that's really limited his mobility. Last week against LSU, he had just 5 rushing attempts after averaging nearly 15 in his previous games. He has had another week to heal up, and I was watching him in warm-ups. He had a huge smile on his face. He was running everywhere, and OC Tim Beck told me the initial reports are that he feels really good, but they told me he will not really know until he gets in game and see how that groin reacts. Another thing to pay attention to, Beck told me we will see backup quarterback Nate Johnson at some point in this game.
And Pavia, Taylor, very animated in pregame, mic'd up on senior day.
Drop me back 100 times, and I'll win this game by myself. Get in here. Hey, I love y'all boys. It's coming off too fast. You ain't gonna get there. It's coming off too fast. Hey, ball so hard. University right here. Win on me. Win on 3. Watch it.
New Mexico, number 2, Diego Pavia.
A very confident Pavia. Kickoff is coming up. This presentation of the SEC on ABC will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations. From First Bank Stadium in Nashville, you're watching the SEC on ABC. About 80-20 in terms of Volunteer fans to Commodore fans in a Vanderbilt home game. Vandy trying to clinch its first winning season in 11 years. They're already going to a bowl game for the first time since 2018. Tennessee trying to get to 10 wins for the second time in 3 years, and likely a spot in the college football playoff. Junior Sherrill on the kick return for Vanderbilt, and he's got some room past the 30-yard line. It's a foot race at midfield. Junior Sherrill going to take the opening catch.